Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and X-Force issue number 15. This was a really good book, and it is I'm so happy to have you back. It's so good to see you here again. Without all that crazy sword stuff, there were no swords in this book. None! It's just a really awesome book. It doesn't interrupt my story. I feel whole again. Let's get talking about who made this comic book. Talk a little more about it. Trench Warfare is the name of this issue. Benjamin Percy on writing, Joshua Cassara on art, Guru FX doing the colors, and VC's Joe Caramagne on letters. The production is by VC's Corey Petit. That's really weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Anyway, the design is Tom Euler, Joshua Cassara, and Dean White do the cover art. And hey, head of X, Jonathan Hickman. Let's go. So, Wolverine is standing guard as Jean Grey is trying to read the mind and mind probe, basically, Omega Red. Now, who is Wolverine guarding the room against to make sure nobody gets in? Well, just Beast, because he's a little mother effing. Wolverine is like, dude, I am itching to punch you in the gut again, but this time with my claws extended. That's right. That was such an amazing scene, and this book has just been so amazing that even with the months, whatever, that freaking Ten of Swords was taking this book over and I wasn't reading any of them, I still remember how amazing that issue was. And I'm glad that this is pretty much taking place exactly the moment after that happened, as though none of the Ten of Swords stuff occurred. So, yay, team. Anyway, so after Jean Grey comes out, nobody wants to share any information with Beast. And I feel like Wolverine has the upper hand about everything, except when Beast realizes he can't get any more information out of them, he's not going to get any information out of them, he suddenly switches the tables a little bit. And he's just like, if you don't have anything that you're going to give me, then I don't have anything that I have to offer you, including pleasantries. Wolverine is just like, you can't let, like, he turns around, he's like, you can't let Omega Red go off on his own. You can't let Dracula get away with this stuff. Like, we gotta do something. We gotta just kill everybody. He's like, get off me, you savage. It's like, oh, what happened to the begging Hank? Yeah. Hank is, listen, man, if you guys remember the conversation I had in Hellions, the most recent issue last week, I want you to think about that with Sinister, like what the word Sinister actually means, and realize that Beast is the exact other side of that coin. What does that mean? That he's not Sinister? No. He's just as Sinister as Sinister, except he's actually trying to play one of the good guys. Oh, man, I'm digging on this. We see this new threat coming. Now, it's interesting that this threat happens to be in this book, because you remember the whole like viney creatures thing, and like they're all like and stuff like that. It feels like they're coming back for revenge, because they're any beast that comes close by, these vines just take them over, and they can disguise themselves so that Black Tom Cassidy isn't as precognizant to danger as he normally would be. Even though he's right on the beach, he's like, I thought it was driftwood, and nope, gotcha, and your little dog too. And that's the most messed up part. Feel like Benjamin Percy's going the way that Donny Cates used to go, thinking none of us gave Donny Cates enough crap, that he's like, I'm gonna stop killing dogs. Benjamin Percy's like, I can kill one dog and nobody will notice, right? Oh, no, we notice, and you're a monster for that. That dog better come up swimming one of these days. Don't. Anyway, Forge pops up, and this is the only really silly part of the book that I found, but I'm okay with it, because the way that Forge is being portrayed now, he's not serious about pretty much anything. This version of Forge he's kind of like a doofus. He's a dingbat. I don't really like it too much, but I'm not going to argue against it. But the dipshit in this continues, because he pops up and he's just like, he's got this cool new underwater breathing stuff. It's not an apparatus per se, it's like a little helmet that just keeps the fluid inside there. So it's a fluid, almost like amniotic fluid, that allows him to breathe underwater. And it actually allows him to not get the bends. It prevents the bends from coming in, which is what happens when the nitrite. Can you imagine if we had nitrate in our body? The nitrogen in our body, just like, bloop, moves around and then just hits you in the stomach as your body's trying to regulate yourself from trying to come up from underwater too fast, and when you're too deep. So that's a hell of a mutant technology. Oh, mutant technology. That's crazy. But you know what else is technically mutant technology? The Krakoan language. And I'm not going to get into anything amazing with the cipher or anything like that. I am simply going to point out that he had an F on his forehead. That's right, I'm still talking about Forge. He had an F on the bandana on his forehead. Like, really? We're really doing this? We're really going to do this? Okay, whatever. Because you remember back in the day when you used to have Superman's really one of the only ones left over, right? He's got a big S on his chest. It actually goes this way. S on his chest. And it's like, it's the symbol for hope. Shut up. It's an S and it stands for Superman. Jeez, I'm not in the comic books. I know what that's actually supposed to mean. The symbol for hope. I hope you realize it's an S. Anyway, so now Forge has an F on his forehead, but it's in Krakoan, so it's supposed to be cool, right? It's all like symmetric. Man, get out of here with that weak crap. You got a freaking F on your forehead. Yeah, that stands for France. No disrespect to my French brothers out there. Anyway, everybody's portrayed really well in this comic book, and I love the direction of the book. I love that we're back where we used to be. And I think the best part of this book is a character who I've always wanted to love more because he's so unique from everybody else in the Marvel universe and possibly even the DC universe as well. And that's Colossus, Pietro Rasputin. This guy, I love this guy. In this issue, like, he's strong, but not the kind of strong that you'd imagine a strong man would be. He's strong of heart, strong of character, strong of will. He will not ask for an apology, but his friends will demand an apology, including a friend that's willing to take him to a bar and beat his butt because he left Kitty Pryde heartbroken, and instead he sees a Juggernaut and smells him, and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to let him kick your butt instead. But then gets interrupted by Nimrod because these things happen once in a while. That's right. I went way back in the X-Men stories on that one. Wolverine's his friend, and that's the way it is. You sit down and have a brew with the man. He's your friend. Just don't betray him. He'll punch you in the belly. Next time might have the claws extended. So having Colossus actually portrayed this way, like multiple references to his art. Beast, this sinister blue furry son of a gun. It's funny because I feel like Beast knows this guy. Beast is one of the original X-Men. He saw when this guy came along. He rescued him from this island, right? It's funny. He goes and he gives him special Krakoan paints. It's like he knows how to get to him. He knows how to win him just a little bit. And he needed something from him that he never got to ask. And since it's Beast, and he's basically a blue furry Mr. Sinister, I get the feeling that he's going to get what he wants. It probably has something to do with those paints. I love this book, my peeps. I absolutely love this book. Go ahead and like the video on your way out and check out Comic Book University, comicbookuni.com, because I'm going to be putting up a couple of, not this week, but I believe starting next week, I'm probably going to be putting up some exclusive reviews only on the website. I want more traffic to the website, so I'm going to try and funnel people there. We'll see what I can do. I'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, then you just never get to see those reviews. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I'm out. Watching Ed, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.